Right guys, Gaft is back with the explanation to the 4 aces card trick you will have seen yesterday. It is a stacked deck and you've got the card stacked ace through to king, ace through to king, all the way through the packet. The actual suits do not matter, as long as they run ace through to king it will work, and the suits don't matter. I did notice one thing when I was doing this trick to myself a few times. If you get the spectator to cut the cards, which you can, you do need to make sure that when you get the cards, you cannot get the spectator just to simply cut the deck then, because if you've got a low card, like for instance a 3, it will probably mix up the stack, it won't work correctly. So you do need to make sure that the card on the bottom is something like a 5, 6 or a 7, something like that. It doesn't want to be any lower than a 5 really, and it probably doesn't want to be any higher than like a 9 or something like that. If you've got like a too high a card on the bottom, when they cut the packets the aces aren't in the right sort of position. So it is self-working, this will work every time, but if you want to get your spectator to give the cards some cuts, you're going to have to just momentarily take the cards back, have a quick glimpse of what's on the bottom. Now I can see that is a jack, so I want to cut a few cards to the top, then hand the cards back to the spectator, and hopefully the card on the bottom will be sufficient. So they can cut the cards as many times as they like. We'll just take them back. You'll glimpse the bottom card. Now I know the bottom card is a 5, so that would be perfect. Right, what I want you to do, place the cards on the table, then get them to cut the deck. I want you to cut the deck roughly in half. And then I want you to cut these 2 piles roughly in half. And we're going to have a look at the top 4 cards, what you cut to. In this case, this is a 2. We're going to count 2 cards and we'll class the first card as 1. So that's 1, 2. This should hopefully be an ace. This packet is a 5, so we're going to count 5 using the face up or the top card as 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another ace. This is an ace. We'll class that as 1. So you've got an ace, so that will still work if the ace is the top card. And this is a 4, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's your final ace. Now in a situation like this, I guess when you've got cards like this, it's not ideal to be looking at an ace straight away because they might know what's coming, but they don't actually know what's coming. You're just going to use the value of the top cards to find another card. So although this is an ace, I think you could still continue with the trick. We'll have another go. That goes on there, that goes on there, and that goes on there. My stack should be still in order. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you've got ace through to king, look, all the way through. It doesn't matter on the suits. Spectator can give the cards a cut, a couple of cuts if they want. You're going to pick up the packet, glimpse the bottom card. The bottom card is a 4 of spades, so let's see if that works. It should do. I want you to cut the packet roughly in half and then cut these 2 packets roughly in half. We'll take the value of the top 4 cards. This is a 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. We'll place that card on the table. This is a king, so that's 13, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go, look. So we're 1, 2, 3. That is an ace, so that goes on top of there. This goes on top of here, that goes on top of there. So yeah, this is self-working, but you need to make sure that you've got maybe a 5, 6 or 7 on the bottom of the packet. Right, let's try it. 5, 6 or a 7, it's a 5, so we're going to cut it in half. Cut it in half again, so we've got a 2, an ace, a 4 and a 4, so we've got a 2, which is 1, 2, that's the ace. This is going to be 1, so there's an ace. This is 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, there's another ace, and a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, another ace. So like I say guys, it is completely self-working, but you have to be aware of what is on the bottom of the packet. So when the spectators cut the cards a couple of times, you're going to glimpse the bottom card. That is a 10. That is not going to be ideal, so you need to cut a few cards. An 8, that is going to be perfect. So what I want you to do is cut the cards into 2 roughly equal piles. Cut these 2 into 2 roughly equal piles. We're going to use the top 4 cards, and we're going to generate a random card. So we've got 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll place that there. Another 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Completely free choices. You mixed up the cards, you cut anywhere, and you know what? You found the fabulous 4 aces. So there you go, guys. That is a trick. It is self-working. It will work every time, as long as you've got a 5, 6, 7 or an 8 on the bottom of the packet. I mean, you could always have a little crimp, couldn't you? You could crimp the card. Spectator can cut the cards as many times as they like. You'll get the cards back, cut at your crimp, and then go into it. So I hope that tutorial was clear enough for you guys. Like I say, I was having a play around last night and thought, why isn't it working? Be aware, the bottom card. Cheers.